Good evening, Kenton community. My name is Sabatino Samato. I'm your superintendent, and this is your weekly connection update. I really encourage you to take a look at the connection today. Of course, that weekly section, that's an update for me. There's a couple stories there. We then, of course, have our safety tip for families that focus there. Our school and district highlights just from the past week, a lot that we're going to recognize there. And then we finish off with our recognition. So let's get going. First, in my update this week, you'll see two stories. One about an etiquette luncheon that I got to attend with our teachers and kiddos yesterday, hosted at ECC North Campus by NIFIC, and the wonderful work of Mrs. Oldenburg and her group partnering with ECC and, of course, Kenton. Really take a look at that story. Wonderful job done by our kiddos, a tremendous job done by our teachers, and it really shows all the things that we do from A to Z here in Kenton. And then our next story under my update, the American Rescue Plan update, just that ARP update that we continually update our community on that ARP funding that we have in our district. Then our safety tip for families. And this week, folks, I know it's going back to the basics, but we focus on helmets, wearing helmets when you're on bikes, and especially it's bike safety. Really being safe and kiddos, and of course, I stress helmets, wearing helmets for bikes, but take a look at that section because it even talks about a couple more points that we sometimes take for granted that we should really hit home with our kiddos now coming into the nicer weather. And then our school and district highlights. Registration begins for Kenton's summer music program. Academy of Transition provides students with workplace experience. Hoover Elementary student wins second place in Western New York writing contest. Andy Parker's weather machine visits Franklin Elementary. Kenny students recognized at World Languages Honor Society induction. Kenmore-West holds second annual Career Expo with 20 plus employers. Poets inspire Hoover Middle students at Poetry Slam Assembly. Explore America Club visits Washington, D.C. and Colonial Virginia. Buffalo Bandits players visit Franklin Middle to teach the sport of lacrosse. And finally, big picture students give back through senior projects. All of those stories just from the past week here in Kenton. Really check out all that wonderful work that our staff and, of course, our kiddos are doing every day. And finally, our recognition, and none other than I really call all of these people absolutely the glue that holds our district together, the administrative professionals in our district. That is the recognition this week. And on Wednesday, we will celebrate, next Wednesday, of course, Administrative Professionals Day to recognize the vital work these support staff do on a daily basis. Administrative professionals play a critical role in every aspect of the school and district operations. I really encourage you to read about that and talk to your students about next week coming in and just saying a special thank you to our administrative professionals throughout the district. And folks, believe it or not, that's the end of the connection. And really, it's a great time to realize we are fully into the mode of spring. How do we know it's spring around here in Buffalo? Because one day it's 80 degrees, the next day it's 40 degrees. But it really reminds us of new beginnings, growth. And that's what we focus on with our kiddos, with our school systems, with our staff, continuous growth and improvement, because only with that growth will that make us Kenton strong, Kenton proud, and help us to continue moving our Kenton community forward. Thank you very much. Have a safe and wonderful weekend.